And welcome back to INTERPHEX TV. I'm Bob Fryer. We are happy to be joined by Maik Jornitz. Good to see you, sir. He's an advisory board member at Clean Space. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Every time I think about, clean space, I think clean rooms, obviously, but that brings me to the Andromeda Strain. You remember that old movie, the Andromeda Strain?
Absolutely, Michael Crichton.
Oh, yeah, very good. So clean rooms have been around for a very long time. Clean space, relatively new, last 5-10 years, somewhere in there?
Yes, the company is 5 years old, but fast growing. Clean rooms are around for the longest time. Sure. Very much needed for the pharmaceutical, biopharmaceutical industry, semiconductor industry, and now the new field is battery manufacturing. Clean space serves all these different industry segments. But when it comes also to clean space as a differentiator to other clean room infrastructure suppliers or companies, clean space actually supplies the entire turnkey solution, meaning from the design all the way to the components which are built by Clean Space, to the installation of the clean room infrastructure, and the services, meaning also the process validation and running or starting up the clean room infrastructure.
The thing I noticed when I was on doing some research on you guys is the number of different industries that you are involved with. Like aerospace. I mean, I expected you to be in pharmaceuticals, but aerospace, food and beverage, I was pretty blown away about that. Is that something that you can, whatever industry you're in, you can ask for a specific design of the clean room, or do you just take parts or modules that you guys have together?
No, it's what we have is actually, when it comes to different industry segments, we have certain standardization of the design.
Okay.
And then we know, so for example, when you have a monoclonal antibody process, it's not necessarily always a new process, it's a very similar process design and structure. So once we have that and we know that and we designed it, then we can actually utilize templates to then take these template designs and build the infrastructure much faster than what you typically do when you start from scratch. But for the different industry segments, you have different clean room classifications, you have different material and personnel flow. So when you talk about food, it's certainly a totally different quality than when you talk about pharmaceuticals. And when you talk about semiconductor, that's even cleaner. When you go, you talk about a hospital, which we say it's clean. Well, if you compare the hospital to the pharmaceutical industry, the pharmaceutical industry is much cleaner than a hospital level, and then the next level up is semiconductor. Any kind of like wafer chip manufacturing is much cleaner than that because of the density, chip density, and the killer particles.
Let me ask you this, Mike. If I'm here attending INTERPHEX 2025 and I'm walking around the show floor and I bump into the Clean Space booth, what is it that I'm going to find when I get there?
You find, number one, you find a clean room infrastructure, small scale clean room infrastructure built at the booth. You can walk into the clean room infrastructure and look at the quality and the components which we have within that clean room. And on top of it, this time we actually also exhibit a walkable ceiling, which means you can go up on that clean room and you can walk the clean room from the top and you can see what kind of access you have to the different components of the clean room, like the fan filter units or the lights, how easy it is to exchange.
Well, now I'm going to have to go do that. I'm going to pull a Lionel Richie and walk on the ceiling.
Yes, you have a great view over the INTERPHEX.
I'm definitely going to make that happen. Let's talk a little bit about INTERPHEX in the fact that there's so many different technologies, so many different areas in the pharmaceutical world or whatever, that you can walk the floor and see different types of advancements. Do you think all the advancements we've seen in this industry would happen if there had not been an INTERPHEX bringing all of these people together and being able to look around and say, this guy's doing it this way, I should do it that way?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, I don't know how many INTERPHEXs I visited.
Yeah.
INTERPHEX for me is the melting pot of new technology visibility. So I believe INTERPHEX is absolutely essential for our industry because you can learn about new technologies, but unfortunately you need to search yourself for these new technologies. Here you have consolidated 2.5 days, you walk the show, you see all the new technology, plus you can even target technologies which you want to look for and want to learn more about. So INTERPHEX for me is absolutely essential for the industry. Otherwise we would not learn that rapidly about all the different new technologies required for new therapies. Because there's the same thing with technology. New therapies are also evolving all the time. So we need to involve and innovate, have the suppliers innovate new technologies for the new therapies and then come to INTERPHEX and learn all about it.
Mike, I got to let you go here in a few seconds, but one last question. There's all kinds of other things. There's speakers, there are learning labs here at INTERPHEX. Are you going to be able to take advantage of some of those? What maybe are you looking forward to?
Yes, actually I have in my calendar actually certain talks marked because I want to see the talks.
There you go.
And plus I give a talk tomorrow myself at 3:30, yes.
Terrific. Well, real quick, tell me about that. Just real quick, what are you talking about?
We will talk about the new trends and technologies new trends within the industry. So for example, we will address drug shortages and how could we overcome drug shortages, new cell and gene therapies, what is required on the point of care level, and talk about also how the clean room infrastructure market needs to evolve and serve these new industries as well as these current needs.
Sounds good. Mike Jornitz, good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And again, for INTERPHEX TV, I'm Bob Fryer.